gentleman, do you want to introduce him?
I would love to. I would love to. Talking about getting better and better. This next gentleman, he's been with us for years now, and he's going to share with you his story for those of you that maybe don't know him, because he just made a huge impact in the last few months. It's been amazing to watch him get better and better. To think that when he got started, him and his partner had to pool together $10 just to buy an ebook. Harbert. And just a couple months ago, he had a $100,000 day.
It's possible.
Did it happen overnight? No. Did it take hard work? Yes. Did it take sacrifice? Yes. Did he have to take risks? Yes. Did he have to get better and better every day? Yes. Yes. But he was committed, and he's been persistent, and he's been a student, and he's been a servant. And he really epitomizes our vision and what we're all about. And I can't think of a better speaker to start this day for you guys and share with you, his strategies, his experience, and everything that he's been able to learn that's been able to create some incredible success. So everyone, please give an incredible, warm MLSP welcome to the one and only Mark Harbert!
What's up?
Yeah, dude.
Love you, brother.
Thank
you, man. Yeah. Yes. This is huge. Man, I'm standing back there and I'm like shaking. The energy in this room is insane. It's incredible. How you guys doing? Yeah? Awesome. Wow. I was back there and I was talking to Norbert, and I said, you know, Norbert, it's incredible. Every time I come to the MLSP event, I fall into this nostalgic state because, man, life was so different a few years ago. Could barely put food in the refrigerator, you know. And I got a little stored up, so I'm good, but you know. It's just so different, you know? I mean, it really is. I mean, you know, to hear where things have come from. Yeah, I don't know if you know this or not, but my online career started right here. It started in MLSP. You guys have no idea how eternally grateful I am to Norbert Orlowitz and Brian Finale and Todd Schlomer and the whole crew. I mean, these guys, the heart that they put into this community for you, for me, is unparalleled. I'll put up any community, any system against MLSP, and they will lose every time, as far as I'm concerned. So, how many of you have heard my story? Okay, cool. No? Some of you? Okay, who has not heard my story? Okay, so I'm going to go through it a little bit just to give you a little bit of a thing, and my time hasn't started, so that's good. I'll just keep going, you know. There we go. Okay. So, my story is probably like many of you. You know, I started out, I was in a network marketing company, and I was doing horribly. And I had nobody to talk to, and I started searching around online. And this was about maybe January 2009. And, you know, when they were talking about how the system looked, you know, when it first got started, I remember seeing that. It was all white, you know, it was pretty wild. And but I started seeing all over the internet this video of Norbert on a capture page. And to this day, I can say it in my sleep. Hey, my name is Norbert Orlowitz, and welcome to the MLM Internet Formula. I mean, I saw it everywhere, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess I better do something. I better opt in and see what this is all about. So I went in, and I got started with my trial, just like you guys. just like you. And I caught a vision. I caught what I could do. I knew the internet, and I knew it was going to have such an impact. And little did I know that all the stuff I was going through, I went through a really tough period. Financially, I was spending more than I was making, and it doesn't take long to figure out that if that's happening, you're going to be underwater pretty quick. And that's what was happening with me. My wife and I, we were over our head in debt, and I was so focused at the time on my circumstances that it was very difficult to see how I could be up here right now saying I just had my first $100,000 day. I mean, how insane is that? But it really comes down to a couple key things, and I'm going to talk to you about that today. I have on here video marketing secrets on my slides, and I'm going to be real honest with you. There's nothing on here that I haven't taught before, okay? But my goal is to give it to you hopefully in a different perspective so that you can walk out of here with a belief level so high that people are going to go, oh my gosh, I want to work with her or him or whatever. Because ultimately, this thing comes down to you. Brian said it. The variable in all of this is you. It is. And when I learned that and I started working on me more than anything, things changed. Things changed. But they didn't happen right away. I have never met one person that says, you know what? I want to make money slow. As a matter of fact, I hope it takes 20 years to make my first $100. Nobody. Never says that. And so you got to understand, this is a journey. This is a journey. It's not like I woke up and said, you know what, I'm going to make $100,000 today. Let's go do it. Does a brain surgeon wake up in the morning and go, you know what, I'm going to go down to the local hospital and get a job as a brain surgeon? No. They go through years of medical school. I see Steve sitting right down here. He's an emergency doctor. He's one of my buds. How long did you go through medical school? 6 years. 6 years? Okay. 6 years. And when I look back on my journey and how I started in the home business industry in the year 2000, and I didn't have my first real success, I didn't have my first six-figure year until 2012. You know how many times I contemplated quitting during that period? A whole lot. A lot. And I had to make the decision every single time that I wasn't going to do it. Just like you. It's funny. I had my first $100,000 day, and about a month ago, I contemplated quitting. Seriously. It doesn't matter what level you get at. There's people think that, whoa, you make all this money, and life is totally different, and you're in this kumbaya state all the time. Woo, And that's just not the reality. When you make more money, guess what's going to come your way? More problems. More money, more problems, right? But the truth is, it's a different level. See, when you every single stage of your business is all about how you handle things that come at you. That's what defines you. That's what makes the difference. That's what strengthens you. It's what makes you who you are. Life isn't supposed to be easy, folks. Your dreams aren't supposed to be easy. If so, every single person would attain their dreams. We'd have no poverty in the world. It would be super easy to attain. But you want to know why? I'm convinced God set it up that way. You want to know why? Because when you get there, you appreciate it more. You appreciate it more. So, my encouragement to you, and I want to ask you a quick question here. How many of you are going to be here next year? Yeah? Awesome. Now, I asked that question last year. Oops. How many of you were here last year? Okay. When I asked that question last year, the whole room went up. Everybody said, yeah, I'm going to be here next year. I'm telling you guys, so much of success is just showing up. Be here a year from now. You just committed to be here next year. I expect to see you all here next year. Because really, that's what this is all about. It's about just sticking with this thing. Going through the ups and downs. Be determined to just be a stubborn SOB. And nobody's going to take it from you. Okay? All right, well, let's get started here. Video marketing secrets, how to get an extra 5 to 10 leads per day in 30 days or less. Anybody like that? Yeah? So here's an awesome quote. Goes right along with what I'm saying here. To do anything truly worth doing, I must not stand back shivering and thinking of the cold and danger, but jump in with gusto and scramble through as well as I can. That's what this is all about. So many people are just afraid to, okay, good example here. You ever go swimming and like, you know the water's cold and you're like tiptoeing and you're like, oh God, oh my gosh, it's so cold. Oh, you know, and every step you're like, ah, and it's so painful, you know, you're just like the whole way, you're like, oh my God, and it's up to your knees and you're still doing that, you know? You know the best way to get over that? Just jump your butt in. Cannonball in that baby. In about 15 seconds, you'll be good. And I always give my wife a hard time because she does that. She's like, ah, and splashing water up. Oh my gosh. But that's what people are doing in their business. They're like, oh, I think I'm going to try this. Well, that video thing, yeah, I think I need to do that. No, I don't need to do that. You know? And that's what people do. And this is a great quote that really captures, you know, people are just too busy contemplating and thinking about the cold and the danger and what could happen rather than what if it does happen. Okay? Believe in yourself, have faith in your abilities. Without a humble but reasonable confidence in your own powers, you cannot be successful or happy. This whole thing, guys, really, I'm telling you, it is all about what you believe you can do. It really is. You know, going back to my story, I remember making, you know, like you said, I had to pool money together with my buddy Frank. Some of you guys know that story. Literally, I had $7.50 in my PayPal account. Frank had $3.50. And we wanted to buy a $10 ebook on the Warrior Forum. And, you know, we were just fully convinced that this was the ebook that was going to take us over the top. And I didn't have the money, he didn't. So we had to figure out what was the fee to transfer his $3.50 to mine and make sure we had enough to cover it, and then we would buy the ebook. I mean, this is how much we're scraping. And I had no personal belief at that time. I didn't believe that I could be up here saying, wow, I just had my first $100,000 day. I just did a $300,000 launch. Are you kidding me? I could have never even envisioned that at that time. You want to know why? Because it's a progressive thing. It's little bit by little bit, little bit by little bit. You build on it every single day, and it's faithfulness. It's consistency. This is what it's all about. Yeah, I hope that you guys leave here this weekend with such a big belief that you can do this that nobody's going to stop you. Because every one of you are worthy of your goals. Can you say that with me? I am worthy.
I am worthy.
No. I am worthy.
I am worthy.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. Because you are. Every single one of you guys deserve what you want to go out and accomplish. This life is too short. It is. It's way too short. You get to have an opportunity. If you can't do it for yourself, do it for somebody else. I mean, if that's where you're at right now, you know, I'm going off here on stories, but I got to tell you, you know, for me, one of the things that really hits me right now, you know, I think where, you know, I look at my bank account and I'm really happy, okay? But then I look at these pictures of kids in an orphanage over in India, and it hits me. And I think to myself, what can I do to help them? It's not about you all the time. It's not. It's about how can you help the world? You know? You're here for a short time. You want to build a legacy? Get your eyes off of you. Get the eyes off of your circumstances and go out and have an impact. That's what this is all about. So find that vision. It's what Brian said. It's what Norbert said. It's about get that vision. Get that vision. All right? So here's some 5 ways to increase your self-belief, and we're going to get into video here in just a second, all right? Accept your uniqueness. Don't try to be me, okay? Don't try to be, you know, Steve Krivda here. It's impossible. There's only one Kriv Mania, okay? You can't be Steve. You know, you can't be the guy or the gal next to you, so don't try to be. You know, when I first got started going and I started making videos, I was trying to be Brian Finale. Seriously, you guys don't know this, but Brian Finale was like the video marketer. You know, I mean, the guy was just pumping out like 20 videos a day, shotgunning them over the internet. I mean, it's like, you know, and this is Brian. And, you know, I was trying to be Brian Finale, and I realized real quick that I was losing my own self. And it made me very unhappy. And I realized I had to step into me and just be my personality, be my best self that I could be. So you got to accept your own uniqueness, okay? This is one way to really increase. And look, it doesn't matter. Whatever's happened in your past, it's in the past. You can't do jack about it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how hard you try or how hard you beat yourself up. It doesn't matter who wronged you. You can't do anything about it but forgive them. That's it. Look, forgiveness was not meant for the other person. It's meant for you.
That's right.
So you got to get rid of the junk. You got to let what other people's opinions of you stop affecting you. Other people's opinions of you do not determine your value. Okay? They don't. Every single one of you have value to give. You got to believe that. Okay? Stop trying to please everybody. Oh, this is, believe me, I speak with authority on this one. Okay? I was trying to please everybody. I was that guy where, you know what, I didn't want to make anybody mad because, you know, just like me, that's all I want. How many of you feel like that sometimes? Seriously. You got to stop trying to please everybody. Man, when I get the nasty emails, I had a guy like a week ago threaten to report me to the FTC. Whew. I think I made a couple grand that day. Whew. And but the reality of it is people are going to, if you think you're going to get to a point in your business without people like railing on you or giving you negativity, trust me, it ain't going to happen. Okay, if you start getting nasty comments, that should be a sign to you that you're on the right path. Okay? Because people with vision and are going somewhere always make the people that have no vision feel worse about themselves. It's not I'm telling you, I've seen it so many times. And all you can do is just say, you know what, love you, but I'm going. And that's the best thing you can do. Take challenges head on until completion, okay? I can't tell you how many people I've seen leave because they couldn't get a capture page fixed. It's like, dude, are you serious? Like, go get some coffee and come back 10 minutes later, fix it, you know? I mean, really, take challenges on. You got to be a stubborn person, you know, in this thing. You got to like, it's like nothing is going to stop you from attaining your goal. Nothing. The only thing that's going to stop me is death. And that's the way you got to think.
I'm still breathing.
Yeah, there you go. If you got breath, you can do it. All right? Keep learning and growing. That's why you're all here. Big congratulations to every one of you for being here this weekend. Really. Seriously. Give yourselves a hand. You're here. You know, you bought the plane ticket. You paid for the tickets. You got the hotel. That's investing in you. You're here to invest in you. And that is what it's all about. There's the biggest budget I have every single month in my budget is personal development, courses, and training. Every single month. I think last year, okay, I'm just telling you, last year, I think I spent somewhere around $60,000. And yet here I am right now, we're in August. I've already surpassed what I made last year by almost $200,000. So you tell me if it works. And get around people that support your dreams and goals. Here, this is why you're here. Everybody here, nobody here is going to call you a weirdo. Okay? Nobody's going to call you. You know why? Because you have a dream, they have a dream. Whereas back home, you might have a dream, people are like, oh, just go get a job like everybody else. Can't you just get a job and be normal? There you go, define normal. Your normal is not mine. Remember this, your definition of impossible is not my definition of impossible, okay? This is how you increase that self-belief. I did not always think this way, okay? I was very timid. I was very, I was very shy. And the reason I'm spending so much time on this is because I want you to know that when you're creating that video, and I've seen so many of you guys doing videos, and it's amazing, and I'm so happy to see that. But I got to tell you, what's really going to attract people to you is that right here. That's what's going to attract people to you. It's that belief that it's like an aura about you. It's almost like a scent you're giving off that just attracts people to you. You know, that like, wow, I see where that person's going. I want to go there too. And that's what it's about. So a few questions. How would it feel to get an extra 5 to 10 leads per day in 10 minutes every day? Yeah, you think you can do that? I know that gets me excited. How would it change your family's finances if you signed up 2 to 4 people in MLSP every week? Think you can do that? Yeah? How far could you soar in your business with no fear holding you back? I'm telling you, belief is all based on fear if you're not believing that you can actually do this. It's all based upon a couple really key principles. You're caring too much about what other people think. You're caring that you're going to look stupid. And that's really the two major ones. If you can conquer those, you're going to do awesome. Really, you're going to. You are. Absolutely. So here's what we're going to cover. The number one video strategy to be doing right now. How to use MLSP to fuel this strategy, and strategies to increase your reach. How to get it out there more, all right? So anybody know what the number one video marketing strategy is right now? Ooh. Live. Yeah? Live video, okay? Live video. It is the king right now, and it's only going to grow and get bigger and bigger. Facebook Live, Periscope, YouTube Live coming soon, okay? In an app, they released, or they put out a press release in June that is going to be built into the YouTube app. And so now you have to get 3 devices to run them all at the same time. So, but this is why. YouTube's doing their thing because they know they need to compete with Facebook and Periscope. But you want to know the cool thing I love about live? It's so freaking easy. It really is. Like, I'm gonna be vulnerable here. I am incredibly lazy. Okay? Like, please do not give me more than I need to do. Just let me do what needs to be done, and that's all I want to do. Okay? Seriously, like, I don't want to do more than I have to. And I work really, really hard so that I can be lazy. Isn't that kind of weird? It's kind of odd, And, but what I love is, like, we talk about create content every day. How it's just so easy to do a 10-minute video in 10 minutes, and it's on your page, or it's uploaded and it's done that thing. Really, today is the big thing is it's not about just getting leads, okay? Any schmo can go out and get leads, okay? I love lead gen. I mean, my biggest lead day is like 1,000 leads, okay? I can get leads. You can get leads. But it's about the connection that you have with them, okay? That's what it's about. People need to feel you. They need to know you, like you, trust you, and buy into you. If they will, you will have an incredible, loyal audience who will buy from you over and over and over and over and over and over again, okay? Let me give you an example, okay? How many of you know my buddy Ray Higdon? Yeah? Yeah. His wife, is Ray in here? Everything great. There he is. No, he's not here. Yeah. But, and this isn't to brag about me, but I got to tell you, his wife just did an amazing product launch, just launched an amazing product. And during this launch, okay, I was riddled with problems. I really wanted to, participate hardcore in this launch. And I just moved, and when I got to my new house, I had no internet, okay? And I know, I'm laying out my excuses here, right? See you guys. I had no internet. I had no cell phone. My cell phone sucked. I mean, at my new house is like no signal. And I'm trying to unpack everything, and then I got to go on vacation to Lake Tahoe. I'm like, cool, when I get to Lake Tahoe, when I get to Lake Tahoe, I'm going to have internet. I'm going to be able to relax, and I'm going to do right awesome in this launch. So I get to Tahoe, and guess what? Internet totally blows. Okay? And guess what? No cell signal. I'm in the top of a mountain. I have crappy internet. I can barely get internet out, and launch day's coming, and I'm like, God, I can't even get an email out. What the heck, I mean, it felt like I was in primitive times here, And so finally, I'm able to get an internet out on day 2, or an email out on day 2. And I had a really difficult time during this launch, but I accidentally made $10,000 in commissions. And it's not just me. It's an incredible testament to Ray and his wife putting an awesome product together, no question about it. But the point is that I've built an audience, okay, that trusts me. And I don't take that lightly. I take it very serious. When I recommend something to my audience, you can be damn sure it's going to be worth it. Okay? And that's the way I look at it, because I want to take care of them. I don't recommend products. I get hit up daily, okay? Daily about awesome promotions and, hey, can you promote my, totally crappy piece of software? And I won't do it. I won't do it because I care too much about my audience. I don't want them to spend money when they don't have to, especially on wasteful stuff that doesn't get them anywhere closer to what they want to do. So when you take care of your audience and you build that audience, and live video is an incredible way to do that, to give value, and you can do this in 30 days. You can have a loyal audience in 30 days. I fully believe it. So, but when they trust you, people will buy. I had people reach out to me like, Mark, are you giving any bonuses? Because I really want to buy it from you. I'm like, yeah, okay. There you go. But it's just consistently building that. Live video allows you to do that. So I threw this in here because I think this is so important, and most of you guys already know this, but video is, you have to be doing it. Is there anybody here? Okay. How many of you are doing video? Okay, awesome. So like the majority of the room, that's awesome. Well, I tell you, just a few years ago, it was like maybe a quarter of the room, like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do video. But it's great. We've made a lot of headway getting people out there, getting people outside of their thing, because right here, Facebook will be mostly video in 5 years. And that was said by Zuckerberg almost 2 years ago. And this is before Facebook Live and really Periscope just went berserk, and that's an incredible thing to understand. So tips for live broadcasting. Okay, I always do this. And I've taught this in video marketing for many, many years. And it's very simple. You can still do this very same thing when it comes to broadcasting. You do an intro. Hi, my name is Mark Harbert from markharbert.com. I always say that. I always throw my website in there. And right away, you just ask a question. Are you struggling with this? Are you struggling with that? If so, you're going to be happy. I'm going to share with you some really cool tips on how to do this. I did a live broadcast yesterday, and it was 8 things to be a better entrepreneur. And, you give that content. So you go through the content, and then at the very end, you have a call to action. And a call to action could be, if you want to get to know me more, you want access to my free video marketing cheat sheet, head on over to markharbert.com, get on my email list, and I'll shoot it over to you right away. It's just very nonchalant. It's not like this hard pitch, like, get over to my website and buy my stuff, or just like, just do it in a way like, don't be desperate, okay? People can read that. Just do it, get it out there, and people will go, and you'll get people on your list. I get leads every single day from my live broadcasts. Get right to your video, okay, when you go live. And what I mean by this is, and I've learned myself even doing this. So what happens a lot of times on live videos, okay, is that, we may like, hey, so-and-so's on here. How you doing? How's it going? Say hi. Get right into your video, okay? Because you got to understand that later people will watch it, okay? They will. And even though it's a live thing, it's important to understand that you have to get right into it. Don't wait for people to get on. Just go for it, and I'll show you in just a second. But also be aware of your lighting. Nothing worse than watching somebody on a video and it's like super dark, you know? So be aware of that. You can buy, you know, a lighting kit on Amazon. I just saw this really cool thing on Amazon yesterday. I'm probably gonna buy it. It's called a chat light, and it like clips on your phone. Yeah? You got one? Oh, no. I saw it on Amazon. I'm like, that is the coolest thing ever. And it just clips on your phone, and it like lights your face up. That's kind of cool. So you can get one of those. So be aware of that. That's important. Use common hashtags. Put hashtags in your videos. You know, now, here's a little tip for you, okay? Get your own hashtag. Really. Mine is Success with Mark. So almost every single video, I try to make sure I put my hashtag Success with Mark on there so that people can find my stuff. If they want to watch all of them, just go type in Success with Mark on Facebook or whatever, and all my videos come up. All my posts, okay? So come up with your own. You know, try to make it short, easy to remember. Don't come up with like this big, long, you know, I am the man, I love video, and, you know, you don't want it to be like this really long hashtag. Come up with something simple like, you know, what's that? There you go. And here's a big key. Broadcast around the same time every day. You know, find a time, because your goal is to get your, you know, as you start to build a live audience, you know, you want to get in the habit of them, you know, seeing you every day around the same time. All right? So find a time, do it, and it'll be good. So this is very important to understand, okay? The amount of live viewers is not where the power of live video is, okay? The power of live video is the fact that, especially on Facebook, the reach with live video surpasses even a regularly uploaded video. Because Facebook has moved so much into the live category, more people are going to see it in their newsfeed than else. So you got to remember, it's not just the fact if I only had one person watching me. So what? Just make the video. You know, don't worry about that. It'll grow. As you do it faithfully, you'll grow. You'll get more and more people. You know, so that's important. So, okay. So using MLSP in your broadcast. Okay, so you know this shot. This is the system campaigns, okay? And people are like, well, what do I talk about? I don't know what to talk about. I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Like, you seriously don't know what to talk about. I mean, come on. Go watch one of these trainings. One training could give you 6 months worth of content. Seriously. And guess what's really cool about it? You can do a live video and grab one of these, you know, these system campaigns, watch it, get some cool stuff, and at the end, your call to action is, guess what? I got a really cool training all about staying out of jail on Facebook. I got this really awesome training, if you want to check it out, about prospecting, training, and recruiting leaders in your business. Super congruent. So it is so easy. You don't have to like rack your brain trying to figure out what you're going to talk about, because it's pretty much already done for you. Okay? This is why I love video, live video. I mean, my gosh, could it get any easier? Yeah, Mark, do it for me. I'm sorry, I can't do that. I would love to, but I can't. Okay? You have to. And it's just, there's so much, you know, and I get it, you know. I get it. MLSP, here's my way I describe MLSP, okay? You got the best leaders anywhere. Yeah. Leaders that are just training, that are out there doing the deal, they serve. I mean, it's hard to not want to give so much to this community when it just gives you so much back in return. And that's what the leaders here recognize. There's something special here, okay? You got the best of the best, okay? Yeah, give that a hand. I mean, seriously. You got man, the heart here is unparalleled. And that's what's important. So you got that. But here's MLSP. Everybody has their own little strategies they do, okay? MLSP is like a buffet. And believe me, I know buffets, okay? But what happens? What happens when you go to a buffet? Do you go to a buffet and you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit of that, and you're going around and you load up your plate this high with everything on the buffet? Then why do it here? Just find what's appealing to you, what looks good, and stick to that, okay? And that's the problem. Too many people are gorging yourself on the abundance of training that MLSP provides. It's an incredibly big strength of My Elite System Pro because you have such a diversity of every strategy. But if you try to do all of them, your head's gonna explode, okay? And but if you recognize it for what it is, because somebody else may come in and they may really want to focus in on blogging. You know, that's like their core thing. But maybe you're not necessarily doing that in a huge way. Well, guess what? MLSP's got the training for that. Got one of the best bloggers out there, Ray Higdon. You know? Maybe you want to do, Facebook. We got Jesse Jameson comes in all the time. Dude's incredible. I mean, you've got just some of the most amazing trainers. So pick one. But with Facebook Live, I mean, you've got all these trainings here. It's amazing. All right, so here's some other content ideas as well. Wednesday webinars. Get on a Wednesday webinar. I mean, are they jam-packed with value or what? Again, you could take notes on one webinar and be set for 6 months to a year. I mean, it's amazing. Morning wake-up calls. Who's on the morning wake-up calls? Yeah? You on the podcast? Podcast too. If you miss them, you get on the podcast. Morning wake-up calls are a blast. I mean, several hundred people every single morning. I love doing the wake-up calls, by the way. They're just so much fun. I mean, it's just a great way to connect with everybody. But those morning wake-up calls are insane over-the-top value with mindset training. And that's something you got to weave into your training as well. People need help with that. I need help with that right now. I've still got to work on my mindset. It's not like, I had my own big launch and had my first $100,000 day. Yep, I'm done. Yep, I'm finished. No, on the way over here, in the flight, I was listening to The Richest Man in Babylon, a book. It's a classic, And I'm reading constantly. I'm just constantly going. That is content for you, content ideas. It's just, there's no reason, well, what do I talk about? I'm tempted to smack people. I'm just kidding. I'm not a violent person. I'm just kidding, okay? But, it's really, there's no reason for that. You really don't, it's really fear holding you back. You're too worried. You're too worried about what people think. As soon as you get rid of that, man, I'm telling you, the world is wide open to you. You got the training archives, trainings going back, 8 years. You got the profit campaigns, really cool stuff there. You got the MLSP campaigns. This is a link you can go to. There's no opt-in there, but it's also in the back office of MLSP. But I put together a PDF. It's 101 video creation ideas. There was a guy somebody was telling me that they use it every day, that PDF. Anybody? Yeah, a couple of you guys? Yeah, I forget who. Yeah, awesome. Oh, screen, big screen. There we go. Sorry, guys, I don't control that. No. But yeah, markharbert.com/101, and it just goes right in. You can download it, print it off. It's in the back office of MLSP as well. But you can print that off, hold it right, have it there. You're like, on my Facebook Lives, can I be real with you? Yes. When I figure out what I'm going to talk about? When I'm like, oh, crap. Yes. Seriously, I'm like, oh, crap, it's that time. So I'm like, all right, that sounds good, And because I'm just constantly giving myself, feeding myself content and training, I don't really have to think about it. It's just there, okay? And most of you are the same way. You ever feel like you're just like constantly going through trainings? You got to release it, okay? You got to release it. You got to let it go. You got to get it out there, What was it? You guys have heard of the Dead Sea, The Dead Sea. It's dead because it has an inlet but no outlet. Okay? And that's what's going to happen to you if you're just constantly taking in information. It's information constipation. That's really what it is. You're getting all backed up. Yeah. Whew. All right. But that's really it. You got to have an outlet. This is such a great idea. You just learn something on a webinar, bam, pop on your Facebook Live, do something, until you can get in the habit of doing it. But, run on that excitement. Here's some strategies for increasing reach, and I'm going to move here. So this is really, I do this all the time. When I do webinars, or I'm even worked it into my autoresponder campaign, is I have a picture, but if when you go to a Facebook page, like here's my Facebook page, okay? When you like a page, it gives you an option to click it to see first. And if you notice, when you do that, that page posts something, it's pretty much guaranteed you're going to see it. So what I do is encourage my audience, my leads, my list to do this. And what's happened is it's just increased my engagement on my page and set the notifications to on. So every time I go live, they get a notification. Okay? And you can encourage your followers to do the same. Because over time, what's going to happen is it's going to build up. And, my goal is that my most engaged followers will do this. Because those are the ones I really, those are the ones I really want to speak to. So this is one thing you can do on your page that will really help you, all right? So strategies for increasing reach, post image quotes, just be a little diverse on your page. By the way, you need a page, right? I mean, I personally, you can do it on your profile, but I mean, I'm real big on a Facebook page. There's just more long-term vision. You can do ads to them. You can do all kinds of stuff, okay? And this is for Facebook, obviously. Ask questions. You don't always have to be like posting a link and promoting something. Ask a question. Do static videos, which I do from time to time. I'll do a video and upload it. Here's a huge one, comment back. Comment back. If people, if people take the time to post on your page, go back and say, awesome, you rock, There's so much power in a compliment, so much power. What's your name?
Emily.
Emily, you're amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You are. You're awesome. What?
Mina.
I know Mina. Mina, you're freaking awesome.
Thank you. So are you? Laura.
Laura, you freaking rock. You're just so cool.
Paul from Colorful
I
Colorado.
know Paul. Let's skip Paul. No, I'm just kidding. Paul, you're amazing, man. And it can go down the line. People love compliments. Just like, don't underestimate the power of a compliment on Facebook. You ever get that tingly feeling when somebody says, you're cool? You're like, I know. It really is. The goal is people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. If you can make people feel important, guess what? They are always going to remember you. They may not even know what you do. They may not even know how awesome you really are. All they know is how good you made them feel. And if you made them feel good, then you have seared yourself in their brain. So remember that. Who wants to see their business change radically in the next 30 days? Yeah? All right, so here's your 3-point game plan. 1 live video daily for 30 days. Okay? Now, I know people can say, well, how long should I go? Strategically, how, Look, live video, you can go longer. I would say a good, 8 to 10 minutes on a live video. Some people are like, ooh, oh, man. What am I going to talk about for 8 to 10 minutes? I don't know, but you can figure it out. You got content. Engage with your audience. So when they comment, again, go back, get with them. Have people send you messages. And now, I've never seen anybody do this. I've encouraged people. I haven't even done it. Go to Facebook groups. Those Facebook groups where people are promoting stuff? Do it live in there one time. Other people post stuff. You're like, hey, home business promotion group, how are you guys doing? I'm going to share some value with you. You want an instant audience? Give it a try. It's available in every, now don't do it in the MLSP group, okay? You're going to have to smack the hands of some people, okay? But you understand that. So guys, did you get value from that today? Yeah? Good. So, let me just tell you guys, I love you all from the bottom of my heart. I love this community. I really do. You guys, if I can say one thing, just be here next year. I beg you, be here next year. It's all the process. That's what it's about. If you can stick in there and you can just keep going even when you don't think you can, I'm telling you, that's half the battle right there, all right? You guys are amazing. Thank you. Have a great weekend.